All right, just a special, special night, for everybody that's affiliated with our program, from our fans, to our coaches, to our wives, to our players, parents, everybody, because everybody that's been a part of this program for the last 2 years knows what a tough build this has been. Man, I really, thank the good Lord for being in this position. I thank the good Lord for the opportunity to be in this position, and also the kids that we inherited and the kids we've been able to recruit through a really tough situation to build this program back. And really proud of the foundation we've laid. And it wasn't just tonight. What you saw tonight was kind of a culmination of a lot of really hard things, from the way we've changed academics here to our culture and our character building to the way we recruit. And really thankful for these kids that have embraced that. Everybody that won that bowl game tonight either stayed in spite of probably some of the hardest circumstances that's ever been created in college football, or they signed and came here in spite of it. And, man, it was a lot to endure. We've solved a lot of problems since we've been here, and I'm just thankful for our administration for giving us the resources to build it back right. And the foundation's poured, man. We got to keep working and building because we came here to win championships. This was a step in the right direction tonight, and I'm so proud of these kids. And with that, I'll open it up. Oh, we got a lot to go from here. You know what I mean? This was huge, though. Huge to win a bowl game. First one since 2016. You got to learn to, you got to crawl before you walk, as they say. Most people learn to ride a bike before they learn how to drive. And you just keep learning and you keep going. And we got to continue to recruit. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's the last day before it goes dead. So we got to recruit our tail off through the night and into tomorrow and continue to build this program, because we're really, really close to taking that next step and getting back to competing for conference championships. We got a lot of kids back. We lose some really good players, but we got a lot of kids back. I think we got 71 freshmen and sophomores on this football team. So we're young, we're building, and the future's very bright.
Well, you've said it several times this season about how you never really have easy games, and this seems like the epitome of it. Can you speak to that, as well as that crazy third quarter and coming back from it?
Yeah, I thought we came out and played a dominant first half, defensively, offensively, and in the kicking game. And in the third quarter, they drove it and scored to start the second half, which is what, good teams that are well coached do. And then we had a bad turnover, and they were able to score in one drive. And so then it's boom, it's tied. And, man, our kids, we're just used to it. That's what we do. We play close games. We played 13 games this year. 12 of them were close. And we didn't bat an eye. We kept battling and got threw the super back in there. Frank made another play like he does. And Ty Mims got loose. Of course, they held Brownlee on the one before. And I want to say something about Jason Brownlee. Jason stuck through it at Southern Miss through some really tough times where we had a lot of tumultuous turnover at quarterback. And not a lot of receivers would do that. And Frank will tell you he gets an assist tonight because they double covered him most of the night, which allowed us to have hats in the run game. And he's going to be rewarded for that at some point in life, because anytime you choose others above yourself, it always wins in the long run. It doesn't win in the short term. And there's very few people left that choose others above themselves anymore. But he did, and he had a really good year. He didn't have as great a year as we wanted because we couldn't get him the ball as much. But it wasn't because of him, man. He's got a bright future, and I'm just proud of him and all our players.
Just your reaction to Frank's performance in a back going over 300 yards and how rare that thing is.
Yeah, so he's a special guy. He's really learned how to be a leader. He's really learned how to handle the responsibility of being Frank Gore Jr., and he's embraced that. And he's really embraced the whole deal of to whom much is given, much is required. And the more you get, the more responsibility. Everybody in life wants to get blessed, but not everybody wants the responsibility of being a blessing. And, he has accepted that responsibility. These kids will tell you he brings it every day. He has an infectious smile. It's almost like a Magic Johnson type smile, man. Like he just lifts others up. He's always intense and competitive. And I'm just really proud that he was able to have a performance like this on a national stage, where a lot of people could see it, because he's got a chip on his shoulder like his short coach does. And I'm just proud of our O-line, proud of our tight ends. I thought our O-line, led by Sam Gregg and Caden Cochran, those tight ends, I thought they really, really got hats on hats tonight in the run game, made some good calls and fitted up. Like I said, they used two people on Brownlee most of the night, which allowed us to numerically have the numbers, but our O-line and tight ends did a great job, and then Frank hit it. And once you get him in the secondary, man, the first person never tackles him. He's very, Emmitt Smith-like in that. I mean, the first guy never tackles him.
Coach, after his last touchdown run, it seemed like you guys shared a moment. You were there talking to him for 15, 20 seconds. I mean, can you kind of lend any of what you guys?
That's going to be between me and him, but it was good. And the one thing I would tell you is how much I love him and how much he's grown. Because he couldn't have done that tonight last year. And he'll tell you that. He made the choice to change the way he eats, the way he trains, the way he works. He changed his body fat content. He gained a little bit of weight and still got a little bit faster, and it allowed him to endure the pounding of a season, which he used to couldn't do in his first 2 years here. So, man, when you work hard sometimes, people get frustrated because they don't see results instantly. It's an instant world, man. We got Instagram and Twitter, and everybody wants to be told they're doing it right now. And when you choose to make tough changes in your off-season workouts, you don't get to reap the rewards of that till way down the road. Well, Frank reaped it this year, all right, and tonight. But there was a lot that went into getting that done.
Coach, what was just the emotion when the clock hit zeros and you were running on the field and jumping in people's arms and going crazy? What was going through your head in that moment?
Yeah, two things: my kids, our players, because how hard it's been, and then probably Rebecca. I love my wife. I'm one of the few people in the world that's happily married, and man, she's been through a lot, and. But I am, you know what I mean? And, but I am, and I love her, and she has been through a whole lot. We lived in 9 states to get back to Mississippi, to get back to a place that's special and means something to us. And we took a lot of jobs that people wouldn't take to get here, and a lot of people didn't believe in us. And this is a big deal. This is a big deal for us. It's a big deal for our players and everybody affiliated with Southern Miss, and certainly her.
Coach, a year ago you said they better get us now.
Yeah.
This is one of those teams that got you then.
Yeah.
What does it mean to kind of turn it around?
Yeah, we played, I think, several teams this year that beat us pretty good last year. And we played several of them close, and then we beat this one. We're a lot better. Anybody that watched us both years knows we're a lot better. And we played 13 games this year. We played 12 of them that were basically a one-score game with like 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And so we're right there. We're right there in every game. We found a way to win 7 of them, which was a big deal for this program. We're young. We're going to be a little bit older next year. We've got to continue to recruit and replace these great seniors. But we're only, as they like to say, it's only up from here. We're going to keep going and keep building, and I feel really good about the foundation we're building on.
Coach, I know you got a young team, but with your special teams, Hunter and your kicker, those guys have been with you guys for a while, and especially tonight, putting the ball in a delicate place to where you guys could defensively take advantage of it, and Briggs coming in, kicking the field goal as well. Just talk to me a little about that, how that means, how much that means, and how y'all are going to miss them.
Yeah, so Briggs has had a phenomenal year, big with him on the field goals. Jake Lang had a phenomenal night holding. It was a cold night. We had some snap issues. Credit to Seth Roberson for stepping in and making some big snaps late. He hadn't played all year. And Briggs and Jake Lang really got it done in the field goal. And then Mason Hunt's just phenomenal. He's been phenomenal his whole career. He fielded some tough snaps and made some phenomenal punts. And then, probably one of the unsung guys in our program is Greg Meyer. These kids will tell you, Greg's our special teams coordinator, and he just does a tremendous job. And he did again tonight with our coverage units, our punt schemes, kickoff schemes. We popped a few kickoff returns. I thought kicking game was huge because we lost the turnover battle significantly, And this team we're playing, usually when they win the turnover battle, they win. And Coach Bloomgren's whole career there. So this is rare for that to happen. But I thought the kicking game allowed us to kind of flip that turnover deal back to our side.
Coach, a performance like Frank Gore had tonight kind of blinds the defensive play. Can you talk about Dalen Gill, 3 sacks, 11 tackles, 4 solo tackles? Just talk about the defensive play.
Yeah, Louisville, Mississippi, Dalen Gill, and Dalen's proud he came here, and we're proud Dalen came here. Dalen loves this place. He really does. He's embraced our culture as quick as anybody I've ever had that played for me for a year. And I love him, man, and he loves this program. He's kind of the epitome of this program. We had some injuries at linebacker, and he just stepped up and had a phenomenal year. He's another one that I'm proud that he had that type of performance tonight, and the sacks and all came his way. Boy, he is tough. He is a hitter, okay? And he's an old school throwback guy, and him and Coach Armstrong love each other, and I'm really, really proud of him and his growth and development, and proud that he chose Southern Miss.
Will,
Final question.
a year ago at the stadium, or a little more than a year ago, you called yourself a fraud.
No, it was 2 weeks later I did that. I said it was a humiliating loss.
Right.
Yeah.
But in just year two,
Mm-hmm.
and considering the program where it was at and you were inheriting it,
Mm-hmm.
you win a bowl game. For you personally, I mean, with just your own coaching, what does this win mean for you and with what you're doing with this program?
You know, I don't judge myself on what others think of me, you know, especially people that I wouldn't take advice from. If I wouldn't take advice from them, I usually don't take, or I don't take criticism from them. I hate losing. I've been a winner all my life. This is the third program that we've built. And I say we because a lot of these staff members have been with me at the other ones. Rebecca was obviously with me through the other ones. We know how to win. We know what works. We know what works over the course of time. We knew it was going to happen here. We just started from a really low spot, okay? And a lot of people don't know, and they won't ever know because we don't make excuses. But we have built it back the right way, and it is solid, it's firm, and we're going to continue to build off of it now. Thanks so much, man. To the top.
You first, please. Not only the LendingTree Bowl rushing record, but the NCAA Bowl rushing record. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
we'll just talk about your night.
Thankful for my O-line. You know, they opened up a lot of good holes where I went through untouched. And like Coach Hall say, the first person will rarely tackle me. So if they let me get untouched, then the next person will probably miss, and that'll lead to a big play.
Frank, did you have any idea you were near some sort of record?
I just kept playing. I didn't even worry about the stats. Once we went down, I didn't even – the stats went out the door, and I just was focused on getting the trophy and winning for my teammates such as Jason Brownlee, Dalen Gill. You know, with Jason Brownlee, he was here for 2 years. We were 3-7, and he had a chance to hit the transfer portal, but me and his relationship, that was one of the reasons why he stayed, and I owed it to him tonight because, like Coach say, they doubled him all night, and I gave him what they were looking for.
Frank, you know, there was a statement that Coach Hall made about much is given, and you obviously had that with your father and the tough running back that he was. Tell me about yourself. What have you taken from your father and to be able to come out to games like this?
I try not to focus on that because every man's going to beat himself. So I just try to put in the work myself, grind myself, and just get better day in and day out, and just watch my growth and just make sure I'm doing the little things to be successful.
Coach had said that you had changed a lot about yourself in this offseason, working out, eating. I mean, can you talk specifically? What were the things that you've changed?
I was in the weight room a lot more. I was running a lot more, not necessarily like sprinting, just running, so I can have my endurance, and that led to today. You know, at the end of the season, everyone's body broken down, and I was able to stand strong.
Frank, whenever you come here, coaches recruit you. You know, they probably tell you to work hard. You can have moments like this. You guys deliver on that. So what does it mean to you to have a moment like this here tonight?
It's not for myself. I feel like I'm more proud of my teammates. You know, we've been through a lot, and to be honest, who knew like that we'll be here? You know, we fought the last week of the year to get to 6 wins so we could be here. And then once we were here, I told myself I can't let them down. You know, I had to win this for them.
Frank, what do you think this does for the years to come? Just the foundation that y'all have kind of laid here.
You know, the previous 3 years, you know, the program itself never had success. So I feel like this shows that the grass is actually greener, and it's going to drive our young guys to be more hungry.
Your dad's best game in NFL was 212 yards. You had 329 in that. You have a little
I already told him he can't mess with me. I already told him. I told him right when he came on the field, let him know that I'm the best in the family.
Frank, when did you find out you had a record? Was it when you were up on the podium?
After the touchdown, after the defense got the stop, they came and told me.
What was your thoughts? Were you shocked or?
It is what it is.
What are the emotions of this one, or have those even been to you guys yet?
Like I say, I'm extremely, extremely proud for my teammates. You know, like before the game, I was thinking just to myself, like, some of my guys won't ever play football again. And they were up 6:30 with me. They were up at 6 o'clock with me. They were working just as hard as me. So I wanted to give them the benefit, to reap the benefit of their work. So I just had to, once we went down, I thought about that. I told myself that I couldn't let my guys down, and I just had to pull it through.
Any more for Frank?
Brandon, you talked about your offensive line a lot. How important are those guys to you after a night like tonight?
They're extremely important. If you check the record, every time they play good, we explode. We have like 40 points, 30 points, and we have a big game. So we have to preach to them to just keep working hard, stay focused, because they're the leader. They're the drive of the offense.
Frank, the past 2 weeks you've broken a career high. Could you just speak to what's clicked in these last 2 weeks?
The O-line, other defenses double teaming Brownlee and just giving me wide open holes to run through. And that's pretty much it. But mainly the O-line just dominating the line of scrimmage.
Frank, just, I'm sure coming out of high school, there were other places you could have gone. Why was Southern Miss a good choice for you? Why did you sort of found
The vibe I got when I came here, it was just a vibe that I feel like I could relate to. And then I wanted to get away from my hometown and just be able to focus on football and not everything else. And then the reason I'm still here because my teammates and the love we have for each other and the love I have for my coaches and the love they have for me and the ability that they could push me and give me a bigger goal that I could, a bigger picture that I could accomplish, and they give me a dream to chase.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, guys.